Welcome to Fruitful Fridays. So today we're going to be talking about joy. So many of us struggle with obtaining true joy. One of the reasons being is because we are not connected to the source of our joy. When we look at the idea of being fruitful in general, we have to be connected to our source, which is God. So earlier in my Fruitful Friday series, I basically discussed how important it was for us to stay connected to the vine, how our connection determines whether we produce bad or good fruit. So without God, we tend to bear bad fruit, just as branches die when they are disconnected from the vine. So does our spirit when we are disconnected from God, and which in turn causes us to produce bad fruit. Joy is cultivated and sustained through spiritual connection. Joy is defined as a deep sense of gladness that goes beyond the external circumstances and not dependent upon favorable situations, but is rooted in a relationship with God. So James 1, 2, and 3 says, "Consider it pure joy when we are faced with trials of many kinds, because you know the testing of your faith produces perseverance or patience." So when you consider something as pure joy, you're ultimately saying, I'm going to look at this in a different way. I'm going to have a different perspective. You're saying that I'm going to choose to be glad and content because I understand that God is in control and that He only wants what's best for me. So ultimately, there's a calm after the storm. So it's something to look forward to, that it won't always be tough. It won't always be trials and tribulations. But at the end of it, there's something greater. The only way that we can adopt that type of perspective and that type of thinking is through relationship with God, through knowing God. How do we get to know God? How do we get to know people? We spend time, right? And so God gives us things to use in order to spend time and get to know Him. His word, prayer, church, and I can go on and on. So in life, we can only play the hand that we were dealt and make the best of what we have. So this reminds me of spades. When we play spades, we have sometimes a partner. And when we have a crappy hand, we are relying upon our partner to come through to save the day. Sometimes it depends. Or we also think of taking that risk of fixing those cards up a certain way to make sure that we win. With having God as a partner, we don't have to be unsure. Like, we could be certain that He got us. We have the opportunity to choose Him. And that's what it ultimately depends on, whether you choose Him or not. You could take a risk and play a good hand, but wouldn't you rather be sure? So for me, when I think about God being my partner, that says that there's some certainty there that we are going to win this game, because you are partners with someone who can change the whole trajectory of the game. What's better than that? He literally can see everything that we cannot see. And this is also true in life. So true joy comes from aligning your life with the will of God and understanding that He's in control. To consider it pure joy is to have a huge level of understanding and open-mindedness. I find it pretty interesting that we are able to be open-minded and understanding when it comes to things of this world. But when it comes to God, we almost want Him to work like a genie. Like, oh no, He has to understand. He has to do it this way. Like, it just doesn't make sense if He's not doing it this way. But see, we are supposed to seek to understand God because God already understands us. He created us. And then He went even further to send His Son so that he has no excuse, that He really experienced what it is like to deal with life on our level. So joy is a continued journey. Joy is fleeting. And joy is fleeting because we are influenced and affected by the circumstances and the things and people around us each and every day. So this is why it's important to renew our minds. In Romans 12 and 2, it talks about the renewal of the mind. We should be renewing our minds daily in order for us to really experience true joy and have an understanding of what that looks like for us. Joy is truly activated through faith. So what can you do today to strengthen your faith and activate your joy? So this is all I have for you guys this week. I hope that this blesses you all, and have a good weekend, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. God bless.